I'm back today and I have for you all a really fun Dollar Tree walkthrough. And not only do I have that, but as promised is the much anticipated rice pudding recipe by Bill. And so not only is he sharing his recipe, but he's cooking it for us too tonight. Hey everybody, it's Shelby with a Chick Plus 3. Welcome. I hope everybody is doing well and happy St. Patty's Day to you all. So we have a lot of fun to get into. So I say, what do you say? Let's go.
Who wants a treat? Who wants a treat?
Boom in the door and brand new finds. These are some fun lawn signs. I put them in a potted plant. I like these. Meet me at the garden gate. Bless my garden. And Garden of Whedon. I think that's my favorite. Look at these beautiful ceramic angels. And the buckets. Oh, the little gnome, the turquoise truck, the bunny, the pink truck. These are gorgeous. The cookies are back for Easter. And window clings. I was so happy to finally find Easter window clings. A lot of cute ones. It was hard to pick. All right, this, I was trying to figure out what is this. They are balls that aren't inflated. All right, and can somebody please tell me exactly what is a chocolate lentil? Is it chocolate? They're really cute though. And look at the garden tools. These are a favorite of my son's. And these are a favorite of mine, Milano cookies. And a brand new find, the Suave soap.
Hi, this is Bill. And I'm getting ready to make some rice pudding. Shelby thought that you might be interested in getting my recipe. So thought you'd follow along with me here. And we'll make some rice pudding out of Dollar Tree products. And you can't go wrong with this recipe, and you can adapt it any way you want. So let's begin. Now this recipe makes 4 servings, but they're extremely large servings. Even a quarter is a lot. But anyway, we're going to start with 1.5 cups of cooked rice. All right, you can use any type of rice you want. Minute rice. You can use I was going to say real rice, but you can use the regular rice that you cook longer. You can use brown rice for a healthier choice, but it has to be cooked. So you dump in 1.5 cups of cooked rice. We're going to mix in 1.5 cups of milk. You can use any milk you'd like. I'm using the Dollar Tree almond milk. You can use regular milk, oat milk, whatever milk you prefer, skim milk, everything works. Different milks will give you different colors, so just keep that in mind. To the pot, we just add 1.5 cups of the milk. And as you can see, this is not white, it's because it's almond. So we're automatically going to have a pudding that's not going to be perfectly white, but if it's just you eating it, who cares, right? So what we're going to do is start this on the stove. So you mix your rice and the milk, and to that, add a touch of salt. Just a touch. To this mixture, you want to add your sugar. We need 1/3 cup of sugar. That might be a little too sweet. You can also, especially if you're using brown rice, you can use 1/4 cup of maple syrup. Works very, very well. But what I like doing is using some brown sugar or some light brown sugar instead of white sugar. So in that goes. You know, it's just all mixed in. Everything smooths out as it heats up.
What heat do you cook it on?
I cook it on a medium heat on this stove. Every stove could be different. You don't want to scald the milk is basically what's going on. You want to get a nice creamy, warm to hot concoction going. It takes about maybe 15 minutes on the stove. But you want to get it to be a creamy consistency, and then we finish it off, and then you have your pudding. Now the idea is to heat the milk up and not to scald it, meaning not to give it a so hot that it develops a skin on the top. So we're just going to work with this for about 15 minutes. You don't need to stir it constantly, but you don't want it to stick and burn. Now at this point that we're trying to get this down to a creamy consistency, you want to add your raisins. You can add up to 2/3 of a cup of raisins. In this particular instance, I don't have raisins, but I do have Dollar Tree cranberries. So I'm going to add cranberries. I find that the sweet tartness between the sugar and the cranberries do very well in a pudding. So you just add that right in, and you just boil that up with everything else. Now, if you're using cranberries, it's going to alter the final product color of the rice pudding. So keep that in mind. If you're serving it. Serving company, you might not want to use cranberries because it makes it look like a blueberry type of pudding, especially with the almond milk. Now at this point you notice I haven't added vanilla or cinnamon, nutmeg. All that comes at the end when it's off the heat. We don't want to boil the spices as well as everything else. So, Shelby, do you have an egg and a tablespoon of butter? I forgot that. All right, you need 1 egg towards the end and a tablespoon of butter.
Stick butter?
Yeah, stick butter. Yeah.
Does it matter if it's salted or unsalted?
I don't think so. Basically, the butter is going to carry the flavorings, the spices, and the egg, and make it more custardy towards the end.
I only buy unsalted normally. So, how much butter?
Just a tablespoon. All you need for this for 4 servings.
Tablespoon of butter.
Thank you.
Well, it must be starting to smell nice because Mr. Bringe has walked in. He's like, what's going on? Something smells good.
If you happen to have a bad stomach, maybe you're just getting over the stomach flu or you have a flu, something like this has a lot of nutrition in, a lot of protein, a lot of carbohydrates, and you don't have to eat a lot of it to get the nutrition in you. The other thing I like about making my own rice pudding is I get to control the sweetness. As a matter of fact, I mentioned that you can put into as much as up to a 1/4 cup of maple sugar. You may be able to get away with less than that as well and have it extremely sweet.
Maple syrup?
What did I say?
Maple sugar.
Maple syrup. Now while that's getting ready, I'm going to mix 1 egg. I'm going to beat 1 egg with 1/2 cup of milk. So in total, you have 2 cups of milk you're going to need in total. You use 1 1/2 with the rice. You use the other 1/2 with the egg. Did you get this at the Dollar Tree?
You better believe it.
Yeah, see?
Those are the best little silicone utensils. Almost everything in this house is from the Dollar Tree.
Well,
too bad the Dollar Tree doesn't sell husbands. Although I don't know how good of one we'd get for $1.25.
They do, but they're hanging out in the hardware section, so you got to go to the back of the store to find them.
Back of the stores where the bathrooms are.
That's where you're going to find the husband, by the bathrooms.
Let's see your egg. Whoops.
The thing about an egg, it only goes in for maybe at the most 5 minutes at the end. Can you see this? The cranberries in the almond milk. I got a sort of a gray purplish thing starting to go here. This is what I'm saying is if you want to serve this to company, stick with raisins or sultanas, which are golden raisins. Golden raisins are best, and use white cow's milk, and then you'll get a whiter product at the end. It's starting to boil now. You don't want it to go to a rapid boil, but you want to reduce the liquid a little bit.
Now.
Are you getting that Easter spatula from the
yeah.
Dollar Tree?
Good choice.
Yeah.
Except it's from Michael's.
Oh! Can you get something like this at the Dollar Tree?
The Dollar Tree, actually, they're over there in my utensil holder. Mary Ann, thank you, Mary Ann, sent me 2 adorable Dollar Tree Easter ones because I had never been able to find them.
Oh, I see it.
Got it.
Boom.
Yes, I love those. He's gonna go check out the dog bed. He says I'm not getting any pudding. I'm not getting any pudding, so I'm gonna leave.
All right, so it's been 15 minutes, and you can see it looks creamy. The milk is reduced, so it doesn't look as watery. And again, it may not look appealing to you, but that's because of the ingredients we're using is giving it the gray look. I explained why. Now what we have to do is add the beat egg, 1 egg, and half a cup of milk to finish this off on low heat. I'm actually down to almost low, so this doesn't burn. So during that 15-minute time period, I was bringing it all the way down from medium to low. Now, what we want to do is be careful not to turn this into fried rice. I'm wondering if we can get something to temper the eggs with before we put it in. The thing is, you want to be able to mix the eggs in, egg and milk, to get sort of a custard as opposed to fried rice. So try to temper the egg ahead of time. And at this point, we just stir it in and we keep it on the hob for another 2 minutes. And then we finish it off with our butter and spices. I'm getting a little bit of that fried rice look to it, some of that egg white cooked. But you can't taste it in the finished product.
Now, do you eat this hot or cold?
Either. You can eat it cold, straight from the fridge. A lot of people eat it warm with whipped cream. Any way you like it is the way you can do it.
Does it firm up more?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah, if you keep it in the fridge overnight, it's going to firm up.
Yeah.
So what we're doing now is just cooking the egg and milk that we put in. Alright, so it's been about 2 to 3 minutes since we put the egg and milk in and stirred it through, let it cook a bit. You can go up to 5 minutes. It really doesn't take that long to cook the egg. Now I turned off the heat, so we're no longer cooking this, and now we're going to add our seasonings to it. First off, I'm going to take a tablespoon of butter. And just plop it in there to melt. Stir it around a bit. Then I'm going to take half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. This is from the Dollar Tree. Oh, I can't do this without grabbing it with the... There we go. You got it? I got it. I got it.
All right.
All right, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. We stir that in with the butter and everything else. Again, we're off the heat now. We're not cooking the vanilla. That's the thing I like about this recipe. A lot of recipes, you add the vanilla in with the milk when you first start cooking everything. But this recipe has it in at the end, and it seems to have a better flavor. It doesn't cook it away. And then finally, You just have to add cinnamon and some nutmeg to your taste. What I'd like to do is add about a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. Really doesn't take that a lot. And anywhere from 1/2 teaspoon to a full teaspoon of cinnamon, depending upon your liking.
I got that at the Dollar Tree.
Yeah. You can also get nutmeg at the Dollar Tree.
I did. I just transferred it into my own spice bottle.
Now, the thing about spices, they come with different colors, obviously. This is cinnamon, but it's a little different color than other type of cinnamon I've seen before. So everything you put into your pudding is going to change its color. This may look like hell at the end, but it's going to taste divine. And you just mix it all together to your liking as much as you want. And you let it cool. Or you can eat it right away if you're going to serve it for dessert. I like my rice pudding nice and cold. And I like to let it firm up. And it's done. Just let it cool down and into the fridge. I don't know if people are going to think that's attractive or not, but like I said, it tastes very good. And you can have a totally white, traditional rice pudding if you use white milk and golden raisins. What do you think?
I have a texture thing, so I can't eat rice pudding.
And what I'm going to do also is a Dollar Tree flan for anybody who likes custard. Flan is sort of a Spanish-Mexican type of custard. I came across a recipe where you don't have to put it in custard cups and then put them in a water bath. Everything's made in a pie plate and put in the oven. So I'm going to try that out, and I'll record that as well so you can follow along. Well, thank you very much for stopping by and seeing how I make my rice pudding. Thank you very much. All right, here's the finished product. It's been sitting in my refrigerator overnight, and I'm just about to have some dessert now. You can see the cranberries there. This is cold. You can heat it up. I like it cold, and I like a little bit of whipped cream on the top. There you go.